I'm a virgin. I've never done this before.
I understand. Well, you're never going to forget your first time. So, so tell me, man, what you talked about how you love him, you followed him since you went down the escalator and all of that. What is it like? What's one thing he did when he was in office that you really loved?
He didn't lie to us. He never lied to the American people. He always told us the truth, and he was the first president to ever be honest and tell the American people that he was on our side.
In the wake of what's going on legally for him now, where people are saying, well, maybe he wasn't as honest as he should have been, how do you square that circle?
I think he was honest. I've been following Newsmax, and then I compare him, and when he says the fake news, and then we check that out, and he's right. So you can back up everything he's ever said, and he's never been wrong.
If he came up to you right now and he said, I want to have a heart-to-heart with you, what would you talk to about with him?
I would ask him, is McDonald's his favorite?
Is it your favorite?
No, I'm on a diet. Don't try it.
Good. And what if President Biden were to come up and introduce himself and say, hi, ma'am, how are you?
I would be respectful of my elders and walk away or roll away.
And Georgia is the one I'm talking about, because that seems to be where they're turning on him a lot.
Well, I don't remember who it was, but one of them did. She came out and interviewed and said, "This is what the boss said."
Yeah, Jenna Ellis.
The boss said. Well, the boss could be that guy for all I know. Unless you say Donald.
Do you hear what this guy's saying about you?
I'm just saying. She's not saying Donald John Trump. She said the boss. The boss could be anybody. She's not turning. She took what.
Could be Bruce Springsteen.
She took the plea deal to save herself, and I understand that. But at the end of the day, she's still not saying Donald John Trump. She said the boss.
Will you give me your best impersonation?
I can't. It's embarrassing. I can't. I can't. I mean, other than the dance, you know.
Okay, hold on. Give it to me.
I love you.
He tells the truth. Might have a bad mouth, but he tells the truth.
A lot of people say that about him, and yet we hear these indictments, we hear the stuff that's going on. How do you match those two, reconcile them?
Can't say on it. It's crazy. They need to drain the swamp and get rid of the ones that's doing it, because they're the ones causing the problem.
But even you have people in his administration saying that he was responsible for Georgia and things like that.
I doubt it. I really do. There's enough money that they pay them to. I mean, somebody give me a couple $1 million, I'd say what they want me to say too.
And what about the indictments? Do those bother you at all?
Absolutely not. I don't even believe they have any value, any truth to them. They're fake. Absolutely fake.
And I'm not madly in love with Trump's personality, but nobody would go through what he's going through voluntarily and still survive it. Most of us would have split from this kind of pressure like a rotten watermelon. And he's taken it, and he's taken it, and he's taken it, and he's supposed to have spent $100 million defending himself against frivolous crap.
Jenna Ellis, Kenneth Chesbrough in Georgia have said that they were told to actually say something that wasn't true and that they would deny the results of the election. Does that bother you at all as far as being a Trump supporter or not?
No, I couldn't even really comment on that. There's so much he said, she said, misinformation out there on that. I mean, that'd be hard for anybody to really comment on that.
You now have former Trump administration officials that are saying that there were untoward things after the election, and there are all these indictments. Does that give you pause at all?
No, they're just going after him. They've said they were going to go after him from even before his presidency last time. They've just been after him because he's such an outsider, and that's what I like about him, because he's not a politician.
But now he is, right?
No.
We saw some tape of Jenna Ellis and Ken Chesbrough, who were part of Donald Trump's legal team in 2020 after the election. And they're saying some pretty damning things. Does any of what you're hearing bother you in terms of your support?
So, no. I think when you look at the big picture and you look at the alternatives that are out there, no.
going back to Georgia, these people have said that Donald Trump told them to deny the results no matter what, and that people within his administration said, we're going to stay. Daniel Scavino. Is there anything to that? I mean, in terms of patriotism, in terms of the Constitution, that bothers you?
If in fact it was true, is there proof that that was true? I mean, that's just all opinion.
I wasn't there. But.
I wasn't there either, but I think that most accusations against Trump are simply, people are afraid of him. The gravy train's going to stop, like in the Congress and stuff. People don't want him in charge because he exposes the swamp.